Yo, what is up guys? Dogboe here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So Nick Ball defeats Isaac Dogboe by a 12-round unanimous decision in a WBC featherweight title eliminator. Have to say I enjoyed this fight. Competitive fight, but a clear win for Nick Ball. I felt a couple of the cards were too wide. I think one judge had it 11 rounds to 1. I think the other judge had it 12 rounds to 0 in Nick Ball's favour. Whereas the other judge had it 116, 111, which I felt was about right. 8-4, 9-3 Nick Ball. I felt the judges, were a little harsh on Isaac Dogboe. I also felt the commentary for this fight was a little off, to be honest. At times, particularly as the fight developed, it felt like they wasn't calling any of Isaac Dogboe's work. He was landing some really good hooks to the body, couple of good hooks to the head, things like that. And none of these shots were called from Isaac Dogboe. He landed some good shots throughout, but overall, Nick Ball outworked him, I would say. Nick Ball put his combinations together he was far more fluid with his combinations. He was far more active with his punches. And yeah, overall, he outworked Isaac Dogboe. I felt Dogboe at times was loading up a little too much. And at times he was throwing, in my opinion, one at a time too much. It looked like he was just trying to land hurtful punches every single time. And that gave Nick Ball the opportunity to outwork him in a lot of rounds, and that's exactly what Nick Ball did. Nick Ball started quite aggressively, he dropped Isaac Dogboe in the 4th round. To me, that was a bogus knockdown, looked like a clear push. Felt the referee made a mistake there. I think it was Victor Lachlan, I think it was. I mean, we see that guy all the time making foo-bars in the ring, so terrible referee, so it is what it is there. Felt Isaac Dogboe was unlucky there. Definitely not a knockdown, but overall, Nick Ball was the guy in charge. Some of his combinations were good. One thing I liked about Nick Ball, I know he's got the reputation of being this come-forward destroyer, and he was being aggressive in this fight, don't get me wrong, but one thing I liked about Nick Ball was the variation in his combinations, something that Isaac Dogboe didn't have. Nick Ball was varying his combinations, level changes, head to body. Also, I really liked the variation in power in these combinations from Nick Ball. So it wasn't like Nick Ball was loading up with every single punch in the combination. So maybe 3 of the 4 shots would be light shots, and then the 4th would be a hard punch, or he would have a hard punch in between the combination, if that makes sense. He was varying his power throughout this fight, and at times, there was a couple of moments where I felt he buzzed Isaac Dogboe, but Dogboe's very tough, as we know. We saw that in the Navarrete fights. Dogboe was never in serious trouble, but he got buzzed a couple of times, I would say. Nick Ball, at times I felt he got over-eager. There were times when he walked into counter left hooks from Isaac Dogboe and counter looping overhand rights, things like that. But again, it looked like Isaac Dogboe's only real way of winning this fight was to land that one perfect shot, but he couldn't find it, and as a result, Nick Ball outworked him. It's a good win for Nick Ball, in my opinion. Nick Ball has been a breath of fresh air in the domestic scene in the UK. He's done well at domestic level. He introduced himself when he knocked out Isaac Lowe. Since then, he's had a few wins here and there, picking up, sanctioning body titles, things like that. And this was his first real step up, I would say. Isaac Dogboe's been at world level. He was a former world champion at super bantamweight. He's fought some really good guys like Rebesi Ramirez, Emmanuel Navarrete. He's fought fringe contenders like Christopher Diaz, Joet Gonzalez, Adam Lopez, Chris Avalos, etc., Jesse Magdaleno. Dogboe's fought some good guys in his career, and he's fought at a good level, and, Nick Ball decisively beat him. So at this point in time, I would say it's safe to say Nick Ball is a top 10 featherweight right now. And yeah, this was a WBC eliminator. I believe Ray Vargas has the WBC title at featherweight still. I know he's not defended it for quite some time, but I believe he's still the champion. Ray Vargas is a tall, awkward boxer for the weight. I think stylistically he will give Nick Ball problems. I think Ray Vargas is somewhat underrated. But listen, Nick Ball has a chance in that fight because Ray Vargas' last fight was super featherweight. You know, can he still make featherweight? He's a tall, lanky guy. I'm not so sure. Maybe he's dead at the weight. It's an interesting fight. Can Vargas' long-range boxing offset Nick Ball? Or will Nick Ball's pressure be the telling difference there? It's kind of weird, right? If you look at both of those fighters and you'd never seen them fight... Sorry, you had no idea who they were. You would assume Nick Ball is the Mexican guy. He's got that more Mexican style, whereas Ray Vargas has more of a outboxer, straight up and down style, like a long-range boxing style. It's kind of weird. But that's a good fight. That's a good fight. I would pursue it if I was managing Nick Ball. I think it's a winnable fight, but I think it's a tough fight. Wouldn't really want to say either way on it. But yeah, Nick Ball, good fighter. I like him. Fun to watch. Never in a boring fight. And yeah, I think he should get a title shot. Yeah, Isaac Dogboe, good, decent effort, but not quite enough. Nick Ball was the rightful winner. I just felt that Dogboe didn't get quite enough credit from the commentators and the judges, but it is what it is. What can you say? Anyway, share your thoughts below. Beanie Guy Delboy, peace.